Hi, my name is Philip Melke and I work here at Esri with the Executive Engagement Team. Now, before coming to Esri, I actually had the opportunity to work in local and regional government for 15 years. And we used GIS to better understand problems that were occurring in our communities. And one of my first jobs was actually working with the Redlands Police Department to build a regional crime analysis database for all of this area east of LA. And we had 9 different jurisdictions that were putting their information together into one place to be able to map and to understand these changing trends in crime and to be able to better place our resources and really have a better understanding about where crime was occurring and how the picture changes from day to day. Now, one of the things that we learned in this process and that we really took on as a strategic initiative was to plan to share this information with the public. Now, this was a difficult process. Not only was it technically difficult, GIS was in a different place, and the internet was an emerging technology, but it was also difficult politically to get 9 different jurisdictions to agree that sharing data with the public was a good idea. So, we actually, through a series of workshops and through developing applications that really showed the value of this, we were actually able to produce this application and start sharing crime data. And we had one of the first publicly accessible crime maps where people could type in their address and see what was going on in their neighborhood. And we really had to get over our own fears in that case of being able to share this information with the public. And that actually led to a greater understanding both with ourselves but also to understand this communication that actually needs to occur with our public on a regular basis. We needed to become partners, and we needed to be able to partner by sharing data and sharing information products with the public. And that was our first step for being able to understand this issue. It resulted in greater efficiencies for us. I mean, we didn't have to make crime maps to be able to share regularly with people who were moving into the area. And furthermore, it just gave us a place to be able to say, this is where you go. This is where you go to get information about where crime is occurring in your neighborhood. So fast forward a couple of years and we actually realized that we needed to receive data from the public. We had front counters in a variety of different departments that were being inundated with calls or people coming up making complaints about, graffiti or if there's a pothole or a tree that's down. And the issue is that there are so many different departments and so many front counters that nobody really knew from the public who takes care of what kind of problem. We needed to have a central storefront that we could have people come to and be able to explain what kind of problems it is that they were having and have us react in some sort of way by sending out work or being able to respond to that issue. And we also realized that this was a time when we actually needed to be able to facilitate this over the internet using applications and smartphones. And that led to us producing the Redlands 311 application, which is, for everybody who's outside of the US, it's the number that you would call in order to be able to report one of these problems. And instead now being this application, people could download this and they could take pictures and mark the location of where the problem is and write a little bit of information about it. And they can see what other people were reporting as well too, to be able to better understand really this collective set of issues that were occurring. So we ended up in that first year of having this program with over 8,000 observations. People were just going crazy for the thing. They were able to take pictures of every piece of graffiti that they ever came across and really felt empowered and to partner with us to be able to change their community, to mark all of the issues and the problems that they're seeing and really have us be able to react to it in this case. And we were able to then, with the city, prioritize our workloads based on all of these observations. And this was incredibly empowering for us, and it was incredibly empowering for the public as well too, because we were starting to have this conversation and the language we were speaking was geography. With all of these points and all of these locations that we're seeing add up to really better help us understand this problem. So we're in a new era now. We're in this point where the process of sharing information out with the public is happening, and the process of crowdsourcing information for local government needs in a variety of different ways is also happening. But we're in this new era where you actually have the opportunity to be able to change the way that government thinks about their problems by maps and applications that help to better highlight what sort of issues are occurring. So this is a great opportunity for you to be able to start to think about some of these applications and business processes. And this is something that can be very small, or these can be incredibly big problems, but by having the opportunity to develop applications in order to see the world in a new way, it really changes the way that everybody can start thinking about how they work with these problems. So what is a smart community? Put simply, a smart community is one that is committed to using data and technology to be able to collaborate and better understand some of the problems that we're facing on a regular basis. In the end, technology is really a means to an end. It allows city leadership the opportunity to come together and to discuss those issues with data in front of them that helps them to understand the problems a little bit better and to be able to communicate those problems better. And by being able to focus on their issues, they can actually wrap their initiatives around the basics. A smart community is a safe community where police and engineering can work together on better traffic design. And a smart community is a healthy community where code enforcement and county health can work together on being able to identify and mitigate issues with health and safety issues. And a smart community is a well-run community where we can seek efficiencies and coordination and more clear and timely communication that's aided by technology. Ultimately, the end goal is to be able to make the community a better place to live or to work or to run a business.